Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Left, and I'm back here in Destiny, and today we're going to do another of our Getting to Know Your class. Today we're going to be talking about the Blade Dancer Hunter. Quite possibly my favorite class, and I know a lot of people's least favorite just because of its abilities in PvP to just absolutely decimate if used correctly. If not, you can die in some pretty hilarious ways. I know I have. So, the first thing you're going to get from your Blade Dancer Hunter, after it unlocks when you hit level 15 with your first Guardian, is your grenade. Now, this grenade is going to be the Flux Grenade. It's so much better than the first grenade that you were given as a Hunter. If you start out with a Gunslinger, your first grenade is going to basically bounce around like a bouncy ball, and it does a lot of damage and does put that burn dot on them, but I much prefer the Flux Grenade just because of its abilities in PvE and P. Now, it is one of the only two Hunter Grenades that will stick to a target and does kill a large amount of enemies. I used to run this grenade during the Crota days, and it helped me out a lot because if you throw it behind you, it can take out a large number of enemies very quickly. Then the next grenade you're going to get as a Hunter, or as a Blade Dancer, is going to be the Skip Grenade. It can be absolutely lethal in PvP and E if used correctly. If not, the little things are just going to kind of sit on the ground and do nothing. Now, it is not as powerful as the Flux Grenade. Against the Arc Bolt, I don't really know. I much prefer the Arc Bolt for PvP and E currently, just because of the way that it runs. And that's actually the next grenade that you get. It is the Arc Bolt Grenade. It works like any other bolt grenade, except I think, in my opinion, it's probably the second best bolt grenade. The best being the Firebolt Grenade from the Sunsinger Warlock, just because of its stupid range and its ability to put a damage over time tick on your enemy. So the way this one works is it scans the area and then shoots out a beam of lightning, which will then chain to two other things, 4 if you have on the Lucky Raspberry. Moving on from that, you get your jumps. Now the first jump you get is Higher Jump. It is the last jump in the Gunslinger skill tree. The first one for the Blade Dancer. Now this allows you to bounce around like a fluffy bunny and jump and do all kinds of crazy stuff. I used this in Crota anytime I would try and utterly fail at being a sword bearer. So eventually I started running Better Control, which is your next jump, allowing you to control your jumps better, and if used with the Bones of AO, allows you to be faster than basically anything. You get to use that first little boost twice. It doesn't just add a little baby jump, it adds the current jump that you are using on top of there. And then your next jump is going to be my favorite and the best jump for PvP, in I think everybody's opinion, for the Hunter and the Warlock that both have it, is going to be Blink. It's a short-range teleport. Now, this can only be chained twice in quick succession. After that, you're kind of on your own, and you're going to be left jumping like this. Hitting the A button as fast as you can and as hard as you can, especially in PvP when you're being chased. That has happened to me a lot, but you can, if you're smart about it, and blink into the right positions, not get destroyed after you run out of that blink. So after the jump, after you get blink, you get your super, which is Arc Blade. And Arc Blade is probably one of the best supers for PvP. And now for PvE, it's not great. It doesn't produce a lot of orbs. I think it's the most I've produced with it is 5, maybe 6. That was an awful sound too, and I'm sorry because I'm right next to my microphone. So if you're wanting to produce orbs, the best ones that you're going to want to go with are either going to be the Night Stalker that comes out, which will produce a ton of orbs, or the Gunslinger currently, which with the right helmet, can produce tons and tons of orbs for your fellow teammates. Now, I know a lot of people use the Blade Dancer as hyper offense, but in PvE, you're kind of a support role just because you can go invis with several of your skills and provide the revives. And I forgot to show you. So in Arcblade, you get Showstopper, which you spin in a circle and send out a small shockwave. It's about the size of the Fist of Havoc Aftershocks. Razor's Edge, you unleash a destructive wave of energy that travels along the ground. This basically looks like the Scion's ranged melee that they do. And then you got Vanish, quite possibly the best for PvE, Razor's Edge being the best for PvP. Vanish, you spin in the same circle as not Razor's Edge, as Showstopper, but instead of emitting that wave, you become invisible. Now this helps a lot because you can spam it as much as you want and reset that timer. And if you are using the Mask the Third Man, you can get about 3 of them in at a normal time interval before you run out of super energy. Now just to let you guys see what that looks like, again, older Guardians, this is for new Guardians. Please remember that. Alright, let's get the cool thumbnail. Now that's the kind of damage you're going to be doing. 2 to 3 hitting everything with Arcblade and not generating a lot of orbs. You can see for those 2 kills, I only got 2 orbs. And those 2 orbs came off of the yellow health bard Vandal. So after that, we move on to your melee override. It's going to be Blink Strike. It's a small teleporting attack. First, you've got Backstab. Hitting an enemy from behind with Blink Strike causes significantly more damage. Using the Khepri Sting, you can actually get this perk, so you don't have to waste time on it or waste a slot on it, and it can proc in front of your enemy, but I'm pretty sure the chances of that are very small. And then we've got Escape Artist. Hitting an enemy with Blink Strike grants brief invisibility. Now this does stack with another skill, allowing your invisibility to be longer. But as you can see, I smacked him, and now I'm completely invisible. But the next melee override you're going to get is by far the best one for PvP, PvE being the Escape Artist. Fast Twitch. This makes your cooldown incredibly fast, allowing you to just chain those lunge hits in as fast as possible, especially if you're in PvP. You want that lunge up as much as you can get it. Alright, moving on from that, we've got our normal stat boosters. I like to run about mid armor, high agility. Then you've got Fleet-Footed in her first special perks. Increases the maximum sprint speed and extends slide distance. This is basically knee pads for all of the shotgun users out there. Then you've got Quick Draw, which is probably the best perk for PvP. It readies your weapons immediately. Blade Dancers are the only class to, or the only subclass to have that. Then we've got Shadowjack, increases duration of all invisibility effects. This does stack with the Don't Touch Me's. And the Khepri Sting's ability to give you crouching turns you invisible. Oh, I apologize for all of the yawning. Alright, then we've got other just normal stat boosting perks, and then we've got our last row of special perks. We've got Encore. Killing an enemy with Arcblade extends its duration. Now this is good if you want to get that kill 3 enemies with a super 20 times. Go to the Dark Beyond mission and just chain bowl for, compare that with Razor's Edge. Be careful not to kill the majors, and you'll be able to get it pretty fast. Then we've got Stalker, gain invisibility after crouching in place for a short time. Now this perk is also given to you while wearing the Khepri Sting. So if you have the Khepri Sting, you can just pop those on, and you won't have to worry about using your slot on Stalker. You can run Hungering Blade, kills with Arcblade and Blink Strike immediately regenerate health. Now this is the perk that synergizes incredibly well with, oh god, Fast Twitch. There we go. The faster you have your lunge up, the faster you're going to be able to get your health back. I do apologize for all of the yawning. It's all the talking that I'm doing, and probably the really, really bad way that I'm sitting right now. So in PvP, this allows you to throw a grenade in and get as many hits in as you can, and if you get a kill off that first initial target, you will be able to regenerate your health back. And in Arc Blade, there's nothing worse than trying to kill an Arc Blading Blade Dancer once than having to kill him twice, or 3 times, or 4 times, or however many of your teammates he has killed. One thing I didn't mention about Blink is the only jump, other than Better Control, that you can actually tell yourself where to go. So you can blink straight up, you can blink down, if I hadn't used it. You can blink side to side. It all depends on where your thumbstick is going. If it's not moving, you just blink straight up. If it's pointed backwards, you blink backwards. Left, you blink left, and so on. You can kind of see where I'm going. So that, I think, is going to do it for me today, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if this has been helpful for you. If you're a Titan and only play Titan, and has this opened your eyes to the Hunter? I will say, the Blink Strike, Hungering Blade combo, Fast Twitch Hungering Blade combo does not mean you will not die. You will die, especially if you are out of range of the melee lunge. There we go. I can words. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. As always, I'm Left. Please let me know your thoughts, comments, and if this was helpful for you. And I'll see you guys back here inside of Destiny.